Welcome to Tech Warehouse. In this episode you will watch 10 police and military inventions that stops any speeding vehicle, really tackles some of that crime and helps put the bad guys behind the bars. Before that, please subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon for more exciting videos. Spike strips. Spike strips are a new and improved way to confront criminals. Spike strips not only take longer to set up, but they can be dangerous to use as well. And having to park close to the road with speeding vehicles is not completely safe. Either with these new retractable pin bars that doesn't even need to be on the road. The nails come in a handy box that police officers can place on the edge of the road, and all with one click of a button on the remote control, the spikes fly out and collect the road. Secondly, the oncoming vehicles hit the nails that fly back directly into the square, which means any police cars coming from behind have nothing to worry about since the road is completely clear for them. X-Net. The problem of using old spike systems to stop cars is that cars do not always stop when and how you want them because the car tires are punctured. This means that the car is still able to move forward and create the large distance. NetX puts an end to that. And instead of creating a more dangerous situation with the cars already flowing X-Net, instead, the cars at a much faster and more efficient stop using spikes can also get a bit dangerous. Especially when speeding cars around the usual old heights used in police prosecutions often end up with injury and death, but the X-Net aims to stop that, and through trials and tests, it has proven to be an overall safer option not only for the police and military but for those in the car as well. L-Costa Wedge Barrier K12. When it comes to stopping fast vehicles, sometimes you want something a little stronger than just a few heights. When the police or the military are after a more robust way to stop criminals, they look to huge barriers like the ones that provide perfect entry areas, that need this little extra safety can for this barrier to put an end to all vehicles of all sizes. You will find these things around high security areas such as government office, research centers, and even military bases, so this is how you know that these barriers mean commercial videos of this checkpoint that will show you in action that even the largest trucks can carry it on. An L-Costa Wedge Barrier K12 still standing even after getting hit. Healed HD1 Raptor. This is a modern security barrier and is ideal for areas that need more safety. This barrier is inserted into the ground, but this does not mean that it stays that way because it can rise and fall again into the ground for vehicles to pass. These barriers are so strong that even after a crash test no signs of wear and tear showed. How much damage a Raptor can handle until you can handle a 7.5-ton truck that was approaching at 80 km/h from this barrier. It definitely won't back off the fight and is ready to face any cars that try to hit it either. There was a whole bunch of birds of prey, or those that are a good option for those who definitely want first-class security. Pro Spike. Smart Spike is elegant and easy to use. The professional spike knows exactly how to stop any car coming in its path. This is a nail mat that can be easily placed on the ground to conduct checks at borders, traffic barriers, or most importantly to prevent a speeding criminal from escaping. From the best things around the carpet is all it takes is a remote control device to activate the pins. And then the officers can continue their jobs using more safety and efficiency. Most cars can travel up to 200 meters only once its wheels meet the screws of professional mathematics, which means that criminals will not be able to create much distance between them and the officers. Arrest net. Sometimes police chases can get a little crazy and it is better to de-escalate the situation, rather than add to it where the rest of the net is close at hand. This is a strong, high-quality net that can be thrown into the car's path, and make sure they stop consistently. The pins attached to the net helped penetrating the rear tires, forcing the grid to entangle around the front tires without any choice but to stop the officers. They don't have to do much except to approach the car. Since the net will keep the fugitives in place, it is a safe way to stop criminals, which means deaths and injuries can be avoided, and the net is deployed in within just 3 seconds. This makes it a fast and efficient mode to catch and stop fugitives. RF Safe Stop. It has never been easy to confront criminals with this piece of technology. The Safe Stop system is designed to put an end to any motor, all using contactless radio frequency transmitters. It is very easy to use and can be used on both sea and land, which means a safe stop can even reach the boat engines with a push of a button. Vehicles will stop near and around the means of transportation with a safe stop activated. Without using any other methods, the actual stopping is safe. This means that the risk of danger is reduced. This tool can also be useful for point security checks if someone hurries or looks suspicious. A safe stop can always help stop them so they can be questioned. Net barrier. The net barrier is a retractable network that works wonders when wanting to keep up with security. This net can stop cars coming from any direction and has a very fast and sufficient deployment for only 2 seconds, and this means that criminals will have to think quickly when dealing with the net barrier. But the net barrier, it has some other benefits for helping those who enforce the law. This is a stealthy but easy way because the grid can remain hidden inside the road, only to get out whenever you need it. The grid also provides some safety for those who crash into it, since the grid absorbs energy and also gives it the ability to help keep drivers safe in oncoming vehicles. Through a fan, nets are fairly long, up to 80 feet. A mesh barrier is sure to keep all vehicles at bay, while keeping some high security areas safe. Modular vehicle barrier. Bumper cars have always been a problem, but the unit vehicle barrier tries to make this a problem of the past using modern and unique technology. This barrier transmits the force of an oncoming vehicle to the ground, and can be used in all kinds of areas, from a normal system from the old street to the terrain that is more rugged and rocky slightly. This is a very powerful way to keep protected areas safer. Because it is very lightweight, it is a relatively accessible way to keep vehicle risk low after a bulkhead hits a vehicle that flies slightly and the wheels trapping the driver in place. The compound vehicle fender is so strong that it can even riding trucks without any hint of damage. Grappler. Those in law enforcement are able to take back full control with this easy-to-use device. Instead of just crashing police into fast vehicles with their own car and increasing the risk of injury and death, police officers now have a new way, where the Gladiator is an innovative device right in front of a police car when the timing is right. Officers can release a strong thick net that wraps around the rear tire of the car. Because the net is so strong that it will make the car stop completely, which means that officers are able to have a safe distance between them. And people seeking to stop the car is generally safe for the driver, but that does not mean that the wrestler does not still a nifty powerful device that is designed to immobilize and immobilize the car. That does exactly that. The only action to take is to press a button and then boom, the grid comes in and it flies and the police get that speeding car.